All right, so now I want to spend a little bit of time. Now we've looked at the financial statements, we've calculated ratios. I've already made the case that we want to look at these numbers over time. We want to look at the trending of our numbers over time. Are they going up? Are they going down? So oftentimes when we look at the trending of our numbers, we use a chart like this, regular chart. In this case, we're tracking revenue over about a 3-year time period. And assume for a moment that this is your company, this is your revenue over a 3-month period. And you're looking at this chart and you're asking yourself, how are we doing on sales? Are sales going up? Are sales going down? How are we doing on sales? And if it were me, I would have a hard time answering that question because I see sales going up, I see sales going down. Hard to tell over a long period of time how my sales are doing. It kind of looks like they're going up, but I can't tell. What I can tell is that this business has a lot of seasonality, a lot of ebbs and flows. Not unusual. Every company has some element of seasonality in their sales. So most company sales charts look something like this: hard to read, hard to interpret. So that's why I want you to stop using these charts, because these charts are A, hard to interpret, and B, as you'll see in a moment, these charts tend to lie. They don't tell us the truth. So instead of using this chart, what I want you to start doing going forward is I want you to start using this chart. This is what you see on the bottom of your page. This is what is referred to as a trailing 12-month chart. TTM, trailing 12-month chart. The data that was used to create this chart is the exact same data that was used to create this chart. And yet, would you agree this chart looks very different than this chart? The difference is on this chart, the traditional chart, every data point represents 1 month of revenue. Every little blue box represents 1 month of revenue. On the bottom chart, every green box represents not 1 month of revenue, but 12 months of revenue. That's why we call it a trailing 12-month chart. Every green box now represents 12 months of revenue. Well, what's the difference between these two charts? This chart, lots of ebbs and flows, lots of ups and downs. This chart, far fewer movement in terms of the data. And the reason for that is, again, instead of looking at 1 month, 1 month, 1 month, on the trailing 12-month chart, we're looking at 12 months of revenue compared to 12 months of revenue compared to 12 months of revenue. Every green box represents 12 months of revenue. So as an example, if you put your finger on where it says F99 on the horizontal axis, that would be February of 99. That represents revenue from March of 98 through February of 99. That represents 12 months of revenue. When we go to the next data point, we add a month and we subtract a month. But we're always looking at 12 months of revenue. But when we go from data point to data point, all we do is add a month and subtract a month. Always a 12-month window. But what that does is, using the trailing 12-month chart, essentially we eliminate seasonality in the chart. Remember, here we had all sorts of seasonality. Here, there's no seasonality because we're looking at 12 months of data in each data point rather than 1 month of data. So let me pause for a moment. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. So remember, I said this chart lies to us because on this chart, up might be good, but we don't know because some months are longer than others. Some months are busier than others. we're not sure if up is good. We're not sure if down is bad because we're looking at 1 month of data. This chart lies to us on occasion. This chart, no lies here because every data point is 12 months of data. There's no seasonality in this chart. Up is good, down is bad. Very simple. Up is good, down is bad. Because if we have a decline, like if you look at here, it looks like January of 98 is a decline in sales on the trailing 12-month chart. That's not 1 month of sales down. That's 12 months of sales down, decline. Up is good, down is bad. So going forward, when you're using charts to look at the trending of your numbers, I want to encourage each of you to use what are called trailing 12-month charts. And I'm going to make available to you a template to create a trailing 12-month chart. All you have to do is plug in your numbers and it'll create the chart for you. Trailing 12-month chart. What's interesting is that I don't think any of the software packages like QuickBooks, I don't think any of the packages use trailing 12-month charts. They don't teach this in college accounting or college finance. And yet this may be the most powerful financial tool you'll ever get your hands on, because it eliminates all the seasonality in the numbers that you want to be looking at on a regular basis.